What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back with more Danmachi, and we've got some news today. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, interesting thing that is kind of evident today, something that's kind of unexpected, we're getting a new function in the game. In addition to equipment, units can now be automatically set. So if we kind of go through this, it says here you can set priority for units, and you can set abilities and skills. So it seems like you can kind of set this so that if you're trying to build a water team with, dragon killers, you could set those really quickly, and so on and so forth. It just makes character selection and team selection a little bit faster. So, and I'm going to be honest, with the sheer number of 4-stars in the game, a lot of you guys know when I go to streams and stuff, it's hard to keep track for me. I mean, I play 3 gacha games, 4 arguably, but I don't kind of make content on the 4th one, or I don't anymore. And it's really hard to keep track of all of these units. We have so many 4-stars in the game now, and it's seemingly infinite number of them. So it's really hard to keep track. So this is just going to make life a little bit simpler. So you can set priority settings for abilities to reference and sort settings for elements, attacks, types. This sounds a lot like what we asked for a year or two ago. I made a whole video about how much this would help the game, and we get a very similar system. Not quite what I was expecting, but a very similar system. So this is a really awesome addition to the game. So the game is getting a huge quality of life update. When this is dropping, looks like soon. I don't know if it's happening this week, but it looks like really soon. We'll find out here at the end of the video. But, of course, we're having a new event drop this week, as we kind of expect. That's hard as hell to read, but says Thursday, remember that's Wednesday for us, and it's running for the better part of a month. By clearing all the quests and very hard, you can get a Wonderland 4-star guaranteed draw ticket. That's a ticket for the new gachas that are coming. And yes, there are new gachas coming. You gotta do this. Here's the deal, guys. Before I go into this, number one, the main thing you want to know, these units are not time limited. Plus, even though we are getting a new banner now, I would say in minimum 2 weeks' time, maybe even as soon as next week, we will be getting another gacha for Volume 2 of the Astrea Record. So those events are coming really soon, and I think the Astrea Record full rerun is happening at the beginning of the year, but the books are coming out in Japan right now. They're not available in the States yet, but as they're dropping events on us. So we really want to be aware that there is likely another banner coming soon. And if the last Astrea Record banner is anything to reference, I would expect those units to be exceptional. So, I don't know. Let's keep that in mind as we're going in here, okay? Lost Girl Ais. So it's a Alice in Wonderland, Eyes in Wonderland thing going on here. HP is 4,500 on the nose. Physical stat is 2170. That's a really good physical stat. 787 for endurance is really good too, and 1232 for agility is really good. Really solid stats all the way around. What does she do though? Give me a moment here to pull it up. Skill 1 for Eyes is 71 MP cost, is a foes plural. Slow, super water physical attack with ultra and counter rate, agility and dex down 35% for 5 turns, and self, agility and dex 45% for 5 turns. So a really good wargame unit. 4 additional actions, foes plural mid-water physical attack with skill damage plus 35% per self strength buff skill. With 35% seal apparently too. Ooh, that's crazy. So really good ailment unit here actually. Only downside to her ailment is that you have to get off skill 1 and then do skill 2. Skill 2 being a 60 MP. I'm guessing skill 2. I haven't really read ahead, but I'm guessing. 60 MP cost self. Watch there not be a strength buff, and I'm going to look like a fool. But saying self, fast, strength, called it, water attack, and ailment resistance plus 60%. Ooh, anti-ailment on top of it. That's nice. Foes, plural, strength, magic, water resist, and seal resist. Ooh. Down 35% in AoE damage taken plus 35% for 4 turns, and 35% seal. So here's the kind of weird situation here. You've got 2 camps here. You kind of want to do skill 1 and then skill 2. Because even though skill 1, then that basically means that you don't really get any buffs, but she's really more about that ailment. That means when skill 2 goes off, you have more of a chance of well, I guess, let's see. So on this one, she gets 35% seal, and then her extra action will give her another 35% seal. So basically, she's double sealing, is more or less how this is going to work. So she's a double sealer. And they're both AoE attacks. So yeah, somebody's getting sealed here. No questions about it. And she lowers your seal resistance. So even if you have all around the, even if you have seal resistance or even if you have ailment resistance altogether, she's still going to reduce that resistance so that you will probably take seal damage. Or I say damage. You'll probably be sealed, or someone on the team will be sealed. It's a 35% hit twice. Just round that around and say it's about 45 to 50%. Whatever. It's not really even that, but whatever. Just for the sake of argument. Because it's not 70%. It's not a 70% chance to seal. But it is a lot of seal going on. Skill 3 is a single target. Foe singular. Super water physical attack with ultra unguard rate. Temporary great strength boost. Seal resist. Oh, I'm sorry. And seal 45%. I'm sorry. Yeah, it just says and seal. And it gets into her passives. So yeah, just and seal. Just period, seal. Now, as a single target, not great, but the fact she has seal there is kind of interesting. SA is a foe's plural. We'll talk about passives tomorrow. SA is a foe's plural. Ultra water physical attack with ultra unguard rate. And temporary great strength boost and seal and water resist down 50% for 4 turns. Allies water attack damage plus 80% for 4 turns. So, probably not going to use her as your main water buffer, but nice that she has that, and especially with the water team being as good as they are. Good addition, not the end of the world, but if you're building an ailment team, a great unit nevertheless. And she is going to seal somebody. Like, that's pretty much her job. But like I said, skill 1, skill 2. Skill 2 doesn't do damage, but the extra action will do damage, and since she's getting a strength buff on that, the extra action is going to do a lot more. The fun part is you're basically going to, in using her in like any other mission, you're going to use her skill 1 and get the extra action like repeatedly. The downside of that is you're not getting the extra seal, but in EX missions or, familia events and things like that, it's not going to matter too much. Anyway, really interesting unit and an ailment unit. So I think for ailment teams, they're probably licking their chops right about now. So, Cheshire Cat on a kitty. Good choice for Anakitty. Or good choice for Anakitty. Good choice for I guess character, whatever. Skill 1 is 57 MP cost self. SA gauge charge gain plus 100%. Strength thunder attack damage plus 70% for 4 turns and 4 additional actions. Foe singular, so she is a record buster unit. Mid thunder physical attack with high penetration rate. Skill 2 is a 46 MP cost. Foe singular. Fast, high thunder physical attack with ultra and guard rate. Strength, magic, and thunder resist down 40%. And then skill 3 is a 62 MP cost. Foe singular, super slow super thunder attack with high penetration rate, skill damage plus 90%, which is nice. Persef SA gauge charge gain buff, okay? And allies extend status buffs by 2 turns. Good unit, gonna hit pretty hard, but once again, noted, she's just record buster, and that's kind of it. Ultra Thunder physical attack with ultra critical rate, temporary great strength boost, and thunder resist down 60% for 4 turns. 5 additional actions, foe singular, high thunder physical attack with high penetration rate. The assist on this banner is Hermes, Mad Hatter Hermes. Good choice for Hermes as well. Foes plural, AoE damage taken and single target damage taken plus 20%. And guard rate down 20%. I like that. We got another unit recently that did 20% on that. So I think he's the second unit that does AoE and single target 20. But if you don't have somebody else that does it, he's a great addition to your teams. Really nice because there are some events where you need both. There really are. Okay. Let's talk about the second banner. White Queen Reveria. I love the Queen of Hearts motif going on there too. That's just amazing. So, 4330 for her HP, 5053 for a magic skill, 746 for endurance on a magic unit is really solid, though her agility is pretty low. Let's see what she does. Usually you see that on Record Buster units. So skill 1 is a 91 MP cost, foes plural. So she's not Record Buster, she's Wargame. Low fire magic attack with ultra on counter rate, self, AoE damage taken, and single target damage taken, down 65%. Ooh. For 5 turns, and foes plural remove thunder, earth, wind, light, and dark attack damage buffs, and 3 additional actions, foes plural, mid fire magic attack with ultra on guard rate, and 40% sleep. Ooh. She's a tank and another ailment unit? That's interesting. I like this unit, actually. Skill 2 is a 78 MP cost, foes plural, super fire magic attack with ultra on guard rate, skill damage plus 70% per self, magic debuff. Interesting. And self, magic critical rate fire attack damage plus 70% for 4 turns, and self 60% HP heal, removes physical and magic resistance debuffs. Skill 2 is a weird one. Skill 2 only works so often. Skill 3 is a foe's plural, super fire magic attack with ultra critical rate, temporary great magic buff, but that's about it. SA is a foe's plural, ultra fire magic attack with ultra and guard rate, skill damage 90% per self magic buff, and removes strength, magic, agility, dex, and endurance buffs on your opponent. That SA is really good. She's a mixed bag. She's good. The big downside is that skill 2 only works so often. So she's not going to be your DPS, but she's going to be a menace in war games. Sadly, I dare say, outside of war games, she doesn't have a huge amount of use. I mean, we'll get a Familia event where she'll be like, the best unit ever. But like with all Familia events, it comes, it goes, and then how often do you use those units after? Sometimes never. I'm going to have to digest these units before I make final, I'm making preliminary notices now, but, we'll drop the Before You Summon video tomorrow and let you guys know my final thoughts on these, but yeah. So far, mostly, my most interesting thing is ailment, but we'll see. So we've already had a single target, so I'm going to guess Raul's AoE. Skill 1, 204 MP cost. Ooh, allies. We haven't had a support, so yeah. Fast. HP and MP heal 20%, and 1 physical nullification and 1 magic attack nullification. Fire, thunder, earth, wind, light, and dark resistance, and guard rate, and physical and magic resistance all up 40%. So he turns everyone into tanks. Okay. Skill 2 is a 70 MP cost, foes plural, super water physical attack with ultra and counter rate, skill damage plus 40% per self dex buff, self strength and water attack damage plus 70%. I was waiting to see that. That's interesting. Skill 3 is a foe singular, super water physical attack with temporary strength boost, skill damage 80% per self dex buff skill. Interesting. SA is a foe's plural, ultra water physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 80% again per self dex buff, and 4 additional actions, foes plural, high water physical attack, and extend status buffs by 2 turns. Foes magic resist and physical resist down 50% for 2 turns. Actually, I like Raul. I really do. I think he's got a good kit. I think he's one of those units that's really going to stand the test of time. But he is more support. He will deal damage, but he will deal damage in very specific situations, and you kind of have to build him right, but I think he's going to be an absolute monster once he's built up. Now, notice we have an Alice in Wonderland event without a white rabbit. There you go. Tea Party Rabbit Bell. He is an assist, of course. 1208 for HP. If I missed some stats, and I realize I missed some stats in the other units, we'll cover them all in greater detail tomorrow. 623 for agility skill, 409 for both physical and magic. So, mostly about that agility with Bell. Bell is an ally's shortened, and this I did see this unit before, and he's interesting. Shortened status buffs by 3 turns, 4 instant effects when attacked, though singular, remove strength and magic buffs can be activated up to 2 times per turn. We'll talk about him because he's really interesting and I like him a lot. I really do like this unit. He is Wargames exclusive, but if you use him right, he's going to be deadly. So we'll talk about him tomorrow. I like this unit, though. I think that's one of the better units out there. Eyes of Wonderland bundles. You got special bundles and mini bundles, of course. The usual. We've seen these. They're kind of carbon copies of every other event out there. Of course, 7th Zone will be back. The current 7th Zone is going away tonight, so make sure you get your final runs in. And, of course, tomorrow we're getting Record Buster. Looks like she's a water type, so you can expect a Thunder. In fact, who was it? Anna Kitty is Thunder, so yeah, expect Thunder. Bonus Iris campaign, one time only. This is a monthly thing, and of course, it's resetting. Danmmeo schedule for the 28th. That is Thursday. 27th is Thursday, but 28th is Friday for Japan. Thursday for most of the rest of the world. Well, some of the rest of the world. About half the rest of the world. Login bonuses, decent amount of Iris. You got some Ascension folder there, which is nice. Some snacks and some 3-star tickets. Just make sure you log in every day, pretty much. I say that every time. Danmmeo schedule for 11/1. This is for November 1st. We're getting a new Memoria. Brand new Memoria. Let's see. I'm really bad here, but it looks like... Yeah, it looks like Earth, Wind, and Water damage turns 6 through 10. So I'm going to guess that's going to go up to 6%, like it would say right there. So very nice. Actually, it's going to be really good for a lot of teams. Late game elemental damage, great for a lot of teams there. And of course, Undertale Skira is coming back as well. Undertale Skira is currently live. I believe today is the last day, so make sure you get your runs in. Iris combo with another item. We kind of already talked about that with the other one, but yeah. It's a monthly thing, and it's a good way to get hero lights if you want to whale. Schedule for 10/3. This is next week. We're getting the Heroic Trial. We have the Heroes Heroic Trial right now. We'll be getting the Villains event. I love this event. I'm so glad we're getting the Heroic Trials for it. I'll cover that. I've even covered the current one. I'll drop a video on that probably Thursday. 7th Zone, of course, is coming back as well, and Wargame will be back next week. New login bonus for the most of the rest of the month, and there's a decent amount of Iris in there. A lot of 3-star tickets, but a 4-star ticket, which is super nice, y'all. Super nice. So, tomorrow night, we got the new tale, we got the gacha, we got the bundles, we got the bonus items campaign, we got the Record Buster, we got 7th Zone. Thursday, Eyes of Wonderland login bonus. Friday, November 1st, I should say. That's that's Tuesday next week. Tuesday next week. So, Memoria becomes available, Undertale Skira becomes available, new Iris combo, all that good stuff. Remember, also, the shops reset. So you need to make sure you also take advantage of the Sirius and Dome Exchange shops, too. Heroic Trials Villains, Ultimate War Game, and Asia and Europe. Asia 4th Anniversary, Europe 3rd Anniversary login bonuses, which will be nice. That's probably what those other login bonuses were for. I just apparently can't read. But, it says EU 3rd right there. Bam. Would make sense. Doesn't say when the new update is coming. They just said that it is coming. So maybe it's not implemented yet. We'll probably get more information on this here shortly. But that is the news. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Like, comment, share all the good stuff, and I'll catch you all next one. Yeah.